ค่ะ welcome to Newsline. We are broadcasting on NBT and NBT World. It's Friday's edition, March 15th of 2019. I'm Chulapansa Narula, and here are the headlines. The Prime Minister has instructed the Transport Ministry and the airports of Thailand to review the bidding details for duty-free shops in airports following complaints that the current contract may allow monopoly practices. Lieutenant General Virachon Sukontapatipak, Deputy Government Spokesperson, made a statement saying that Prime Minister General Prayut Chan-o-cha is concerned about the transparency of the bidding for duty-free shops to operate in Suvarnabhumi, Chiang Mai, Phuket, and Hat Yai international airports. The Prime Minister recently learned that the AOT is opted to use the single contract approach, allowing the auction winners to operate in the duty-free zone in all of the 4 airports. The Prime Minister stressed that the government acknowledges the public's concern about the monopoly nature of the contract and asked the AOT administration and officials overseeing the matter to review the contract. General Prayut underlined that the government will lay down a set of fair guidelines in the bidding for duty-free shops to operate in these airports. He also assigned the Transport Ministry to find the optimal solution on the matter with the AOT. The Deputy Prime Minister for Economic Affairs has ordered the Port Authority of Thailand to accelerate its major projects to enhance the country's maritime transportation.
In his inspection visit, Deputy Prime Minister Dr. Somkit Chattopadhyay urged the authority to accelerate 3 key projects. The first is the third phase of the Lam Chabang Port Development Project that will expand the capacity of Lam Chabang Port to support more cargo handling. The project is set to open for private bidding on March 29th this year. The second is the Bangkok Port Development Project to be a new smart community landmark for world-class port operations in Thailand. He urged the authority to provide welfare, jobs, and public services to affected residents in the Klong Toei area so they can also benefit from the change. The third is the Ranong Port Development Project to serve as an Andaman gateway to connect with a double-tracked train between Chumpon and Langsuan to deliver products produced in Thailand to the Andaman Sea, South Asia, India, Bangladesh, and Sri Lanka. In its second phase, it would be expanded into a large global port. The Deputy Prime Minister said these 3 projects would ensure economic security and confidence and will attract more investments to Thailand. He affirmed that the government will provide its full support in the projects.
The Governor of Khon Kaen has affirmed that despite the drought, the province will have enough water for the public. Ubonrat Dam in the province currently contains 657 million cubic meters of water, 27% of maximum capacity. However, only 4% of 76 million cubic meters is usable, with 1.2 million released each day for consumption. Governor Somsak Jangtrakul affirmed that there is certainly enough groundwater. He, however, asked the public to be frugal in its use of water and to refrain from off-season rice planting. Meanwhile, the Provincial Water Works Authority stated that many responsible areas lack water for tap water, especially Kaset Visai Service Unit in Doi It, which has suffered from drought since the end of last year due to low levels in the Siau Yai River, an important source for the production of tap water. The unit has therefore adjusted its water servicing to 2 time periods, which are from 5 a.m. to 9 a.m. and 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. Meanwhile, the upper regions of Thailand have continued to suffer from poor air quality despite mitigation measures and campaigns against burning activities. In the northern province of Lampang, thick smog has impacted visibility in the downtown area and nearby districts, while several burning activities have been sighted outside of city limits. Authorities have campaigned for locals to refrain from burning and are gathering donations to support the firefighting effort. Donations have included first aid kits, face masks, gloves, socks, and basic consumer goods. The supplies will go to personnel who continue combating haze and wildfires. Meanwhile, the northeastern province of Nong Khai is also facing air pollution, especially in Sangkom district. Dense smog has persisted for 3 straight days due to burning activities and wildfires, both within the kingdom and from neighboring countries. Inspector General for the Ministry of Agriculture and Cooperatives, Komsan Jamrunpong, stated that anti-burning campaign has been elevated as a national agenda. He urged cooperatives to refrain from agricultural burning and grow alternative crops instead. has continued to promote investment in the Eastern Economic Corridor, or EEC, especially its electric vehicle and railway sectors. Prime Minister General Prayut Chan-o-cha chaired a meeting of the Board of Investment. The meeting resolved to support investment in the EECI, or Eastern Economic Corridor of Innovation. This would involve the establishment of a science park in the corridor to foster research and development. Firms looking for investment incentives must apply for the privileges by December 30th, 2019, and establish a base of operations in the EECI by December 30th, 2022. Furthermore, the BOI resolved to support investment in the Orange Line electric railway from Bangkhunnon, Minburi, as well as in plug-in hybrid electric vehicles, which are currently being developed by Mitsubishi Motors Thailand Company Limited. The meeting also endorsed other projects, including the establishment of science parks in the provinces of Chiang Mai, Khon Kaen, and Songkhla, representing the north, northeast, and south of Thailand respectively. The science parks would foster scientific research in the wider region and enhance the competitiveness of Thai businesses. The Thailand Office of Innovation and Value Creation has announced that it is accepting applications for lifestyle and fashion product designers to participate in Designers Room and Talent Thai 2019. This year's Designers Room and Talent Thai project will be promoting entrepreneurs and designers to establish new brands for commercial trade, emphasizing value added through design, innovation, and creativity. This year, the project will also focus on upcountry designers or local products that feature a local identity or material. Applications, which are being accepted via the project's Facebook page until March 22nd, are open to lifestyle and fashion product designers. The designers will also be able to join workshops on business knowledge and marketing, as well as negotiating with foreign clients in order to elevate Thai designer brands on the international stage. Deputy Director General of the Department of International Trade Promotion, Wannapon Getat, said that the promotion of Thai brands will support the export sector. Trade and market data will be gathered from 58 commercial affairs offices worldwide, as well as over 100 partner organizations to inform the department's strategy. The Miracle of Life project, under the supervision of the Ministry of Social Development and Human Security, has organized an annual camp to instill a volunteer mindset amongst the youth.
The Shift and Share Youth Camp this year is being held in Nakhon Nayok Province, with 150 participants from 15 schools attending the event. Attendees will receive training to develop their academic prowess and life and social skills through volunteering. They will be taught to take social responsibilities for the benefits of all citizens. Director General of the Department of Social Development and Welfare, Napa Setagon, stressed that the event will teach participants the concept of volunteerism while promoting volunteer works. She expects participants to implement the volunteer approach in doing tasks with various sectors in the future and become role models or idols for other children in volunteering. She is confident that the program will foster a generation of volunteers that will change the society for the better, shaping their surrounding to be a community of sharing.
We'll now take a short break, and coming up next, we have a special interview with the Director General of the Department of Foreign Trade, Ministry of Commerce. Stay with us. Welcome back, you're watching Newsline. Vietnamese Foreign Ministry this week said that the nation has repeatedly called on Malaysia for a fair trial of one of its citizens accused of the murder of Kim Jong-nam, the half-brother of the North Korean leader. Vietnam had urged Malaysia to free Doan Thi Huang, accused of the 2017 VX poison murder of Kim Jong-un's half-brother, after a Malaysian court dropped the same charge against an Indonesian woman. Malaysia's Attorney General has rejected that request. and the trial has been fixed to resume on April 1st. Foreign Ministry spokeswoman Lee Thi-Tu-hung told a news conference that Vietnam has mentioned this case in all its exchanges with Malaysia, and the nation have also requested that Malaysia conduct a fair trial. She added that Vietnam very much regrets that the Malaysian High Court did not free Vietnamese citizen Don Thi Huong immediately. New Zealand police detained 4 people earlier today after mass shootings at 2 mosques in the city of Christchurch. Videos shared with Reuters show an apparent suspect being detained by police officers from an SUV which was rammed by a police car, as well as bystanders on the street crying after the shootings. Police were also blocking traffic access following the incident. The New Zealand Police Commissioner told reporters in Wellington that 3 men and 1 woman were in custody, and added that they were able to secure improvised explosive devices strapped to vehicles.
I want to start by saying that we are currently dealing with an unprecedented situation in New Zealand. It's very grave, it's very serious. We have dealt with an active shooter situation. We have multiple fatalities. At this point, I can't say how many, but it is significant. They occurred in 2 locations, 2 mosques in Christchurch, one at Deans Avenue and one at Linwood Avenue. Our police have those locations locked down. We have 4 people in custody. We are not aware of other people, but we cannot assume there are not others at large. We have a number of schools in lockdown. We're currently making sure we have enough staff to saturate the area with enough equipment to ensure that when we release that lockdown, people can get home safely. We're in the process of that. It will happen very shortly.
New Zealand media have reported that at least 49 people have been killed and at least 20 seriously injured. Prime Minister Jacinda Ardern said the mass shootings were one of New Zealand's darkest days and that 1 suspect was in custody. Ardern, who spoke on television soon after the attack, said it was an extraordinary and unprecedented act of violence. Multiple fatalities were inflicted at 2 mosques in Christchurch when at least 1 gunman opened fire on worshippers.
What I can say is that it is clear that this is one of New Zealand's darkest days. Clearly, what has happened here is an extraordinary and unprecedented act of violence. Many of those who will have been directly affected by this shooting may be migrants to New Zealand. They may even be refugees here. They have chosen to make New Zealand their home, and it is their home. They are us. The person who has perpetuated this violence against us is not. They have no place in New Zealand. There is no place in New Zealand for such acts of extreme and unprecedented violence, which it is clear this act was.
The U.S. Senate has rebuked President Donald Trump for the 2nd time in as many days, with 12 Republicans joining Democrats to end Trump's emergency declaration at the southern border and the president vowing a veto. The 59-41 vote was a bipartisan repudiation of Trump's decision to take money designated for various programs and redirect it to rebuilding the wall along the U.S.-Mexico border that he promised during his 2016 presidential campaign. During the first 2 years of his term, the Republican-led Congress mostly accommodated Trump on a range of issues. While he has not yet used his veto pen, Trump has promised that would change. With the emergency declaration, Trump was seeking an alternative way to get billions of dollars for the wall after Congress declined to give him funding. Republicans who defected by supporting the measure to end the emergency declaration are worried that presidents, including future Democratic ones, could usurp the power of Congress to fund the government and use a tactic to pass their own pet programs. President Trump repeated his rhetoric, answering the press's questions on the border wall during his recent meeting with Irish Prime Minister Leo Varadkar.
No, I don't know what the vote will be. It doesn't matter. I'll probably have to veto. And it's not going to be overturned. And we're going to have our whole thing. It's been, the legal scholars all say it's totally constitutional. It's very important. It's really a border security vote. It's pure and simple. It's a vote for border security. It's a vote for no crime. See, we have a border situation also, but it's slightly different than yours. Ours is not actually complex. We have very, very bad laws that are archaic. that were put in by Democrats, and the Republicans didn't fight hard enough at the time. That was a long time before me, but we have catch and release, and we have chain migration, and we have all sorts of things that are horrible. And the world is laughing at the laws that were passed with respect to us. And we are going to have a very strong border very soon. We're building a lot of wall. There's a lot of wall going up. I don't know if you see it. I don't know if you want to see it. But we're building a lot of wall, and there's a lot of contracts being let out actually tomorrow and over the next week for additional.
And that was a look at the global news. To our interview segment now. Today we are joined by the Director General of the Department of Foreign Trade, Ministry of Commerce, to talk about his recent collaboration with Thailand's Chamber of Commerce in facilitating exporters seeking product certification, and also the outcome from the Thailand-Cambodia Border Economic Partnership meeting held in Sakao earlier. And here's our interview with Mr. Adun Chodisakon. สวัสดีค่ะ
สวัสดีครับ
คุณอดุล thank you very much for joining us. Kindly tell us about the latest collaboration between the Department of Foreign Trade and the Thai Chamber of Commerce in enhancing the commodity standard certification system. How will it boost the competitiveness of Thai entrepreneurs?
Yes. First of all, I would like to let you know that our existing system, normally we have 10 standardized products, which are Thai homely rice, tapioca products, tapioca starch, maize, sorghum, green beans, basmati beans, fish meal, kapok fiber, and teakwood. But in the past, we have separate function. For Department of Foreign Trade, we have only 3 products that we certify for this standard. The first one for Department of Foreign Trade is Thai homely rice, tapioca starch, and kapok fiber. But the rest are under Thai Chamber of Commerce. And today we're going to have the MOU signing ceremony, and which will be effective on the 15th of March this year. That both organizations will have the function of sharing the information, and both agencies can issue the standard certificate for the 10 products. So from 15th of March, for private sector who would like to export of this standardized product can come to Department of Foreign Trade or Thai Chamber of Commerce.
So they can go to any organization?
Yes, and this is the objective of increasing the facilitation for private sector to promote export of Thailand.
As for the exports, what are the opportunities for the main commodities, especially under the segment that you mentioned, the 10 types of products?
Yes, the most important thing is the Thai homely rice, which at present only Department of Foreign Trade can issue the standardized certificate for Thai homely rice. And the second one is also got very high potential is the tapioca starch, which we have to certify the standard of these 2 products.
So these are the 2 potential commodities in
Yes.
the world market this year.
Yes.
I see. Now, as for the Ministry of Commerce, as we know, is continuously working to raise the standards of Thai products, agricultural products, and you have a number of policies being rolled out on a regular basis. When the product reaches the international arena, how are Thai products actually viewed today when it comes to quality?
Yes. I can say that up until now, our Thai standard is widely accepted by international company and actually worldwide, especially for the product as I mentioned before, like Thai homely rice. And we also have the sign of endorsement on that because Thai homely rice, when we just get the standard, we're going to give them the sticker that they can use and apply. And for consumer around the world, when they're looking for the Thai homely rice, they can notice from the sticker, which in the green label with the bunch of rice. And this is we have learned that this is highly demanded also.
Currently, we are actually ranked in the top 3 as biggest rice exporter in the world. Is that correct?
We are number two.
We're number two.
Number two, and number one is India. Because when we compare the production, we quite behind India because India is a very big country. India can produce like 110 million ton per year, while Thailand can produce somewhere around 20 something million ton.
There's a huge difference.
Huge difference. But during the past, because we have less population, so normally we eat half, and the rest we export around 10 to 12 million ton. But India also, even India can produce like 110 million tons a year, but they can export around 12.
I see.
Actually, even we are number two in the world, but the quantity of export is not that big difference.
I see. All right, now coming to the latest meeting that was held in Sakeo between Thailand and Cambodia, led by the Department of Foreign Trade, the Thailand-Cambodia Border Economic Partnership, to seek ways to promote further border trade. What were the outcomes of the meeting?
For the meeting, we have two levels of meeting. One is the government sector meeting and the private sector meeting. The result of the meeting is very successful because from the meeting we will set up one body to solve the problem of border trade, what we call Thailand Cambodia Joint Committee on Border Trade, and this is very special kind of agency that will bring all the problem, bring all the cooperation, everything into this border trade because in Thailand and Cambodia we have what we call JTC Joint Trade Committee. This is too broad. This is for the whole country, but this is the initiative from our side also, and I think this agency, this body can be the mechanism for solving all the problem. This is all the meeting, and the joint, what we can call the Joint Border Trade Committee. Now, from Thailand side, we send all the list from our side to Cambodia already, and Cambodia will counter and send to us. And I think within 1-2 weeks we can set up this committee, and hopefully we can organize the first meeting in April, and then I think this is the best mechanism for us. Apart from the meeting, we also have business matching. From Department of Foreign Trade, we organized a group of around 44 companies from Thailand to meet with Cambodian side with almost 47 companies, and the matching is go very well. Hopefully, I think from the result of business matching on spot, I think we can have a sales of 20 million baht, and hopefully within 1 year we can go up to more than 30 million baht.
And that will be a growth of how many percent comparing to last year?
This is the first time that
This is the
we
first
do.
time the business matching has been held.
Yes.
So that's a good start.
Yes.
And that's all the time we have for today. Thank you very much, Kunodun, for joining us.
Thank you very much. สวัสดีครับ
And that's it for today's edition of Newsline. Thanks for joining. I'm Cholapansana Narula. สวัสดีค่ะ